If you're planning to cook in school, it's a good idea to keep the recipes simple, make sure you've got the right equipment, and obviously buy in really fresh ingredients. The simpler the dish, often the more popular it is and the easier it is, particularly if you've got a very large class. And even without facilities, you know, hard boiling off some eggs beforehand, again a preparation thing, is a great idea, and the kids still get to peel it and to work with the egg, which is fantastic. You have to have a bit of passion about it, you need to be enthusiastic, and you need to feel that you can do it. Don't go for a recipe which is really complicated, that you're not sure of. I would even try the recipe at home. If you've got your own kids, try them with your kids as well. Actually have a sort of trial run before you do it. But actually cooking isn't that difficult if you stick to a recipe which is manageable. And as I've said before, it's the most important subject because you are what you eat. It is important to think about the issues around cooking, particularly the hygiene and obviously the safety aspects. You know, children have to wash their hands, and it is really a very good idea to have clean aprons, not aprons that they've already done their painting in or other subjects. The risk of knives is obviously something that you have to take into account. And again, you need to choose your recipes very carefully around the equipment you're going to use. And obviously with, you know, a large class, you've got to be very aware of what's going on.
What I'd like to remind you just before we start cooking is remember why we washed our hands. You told me that we have germs in them. There's 4 places also all around our face. Can you tell me, there's 4 areas where more germs live?
Your head.
Your head, good.
Your ears.
Your ears.
Your nose.
Your nose, and the last one?
Your mouth.
Your mouth. Okay, so try, it's tempting because it all tastes lovely, try not to touch anywhere around here and pick at food. Okay, you can eat it later.
When you make the bread rolls, there are a number of skills. There's measuring, and you can measure with spoons, which is very handy rather than having to get out scales. Then there is sifting, there is the mixing, and then of course there's the getting the hands dirty and all sticky and everything, which is wonderful. And then there's obviously the kneading as well. And towards the end you divide the mixture up, and you can then obviously make the rolls with it. I think you'll find that using the packs will encourage the children. Maybe they could take the packs home and make some of this at home with their parents. You never know, they might end up teaching their parents how to make bread rolls. I think it's very important when you teach children about cooking to recognise that every child has individual skills, and they'll be coming with a completely new, fresh idea. So what we tend to do is not dictate that this is the only way that you can cook or make a dish. We really empower the children to start to use their own initiative and to really grow and blossom with the cooking experience. And more times than not, we learn from the kids at the same time, which is absolutely fantastic.
Every child should try and cook because it's really fun once you learn to make different things.
It needs to be interactive. I think the only time that cooking can go wrong is if it becomes boring or the child really doesn't like the food that you're working with. So you need to stick to food that children really can identify with and enjoy cooking. And you know, the pizza and the chapatis and the things that we've shown, we know that children enjoy using these ingredients, making these foods, and the most important thing of all, eating them.